It's Barbara from Caring Arts. I'm reading my latest book. I've been reading a lot this winter. Many of the people in our neighborhood have little libraries they put in front of their house to share books they've already read. And so I always make sure I stop by whenever I go for a walk. So I have lots of books to read, which means I need lots of bookmarks. I made these for myself. They're really cute and so easy to make, and I can show you how to make them. It's a great project for the kids. So if you'd like to learn, come with me. Today I'm going to show you how to make these animal bookmarks. I've got 4 animals here: a cat, a dog, a pig, and a cow. But really you can make almost any kind of animal you like if you just use your imagination. It's the same basic techniques for all of them. So to get started, the materials you're going to need are a scissors, a glue stick, or some Elmer's glue is fine. You're going to need a few bottle caps. I've got 3 different ones: a pill cap, a milk or juice cap, and then a small cap off of like a Windex. You will need some paper, so I've got a selection of papers here. You can use construction paper, or I've got colored cardstock. Either of those work, and you can use whatever colors you like. You'll need a pencil, and I've also got a white pencil to draw on top of darker colors, but a regular pencil will work fine. And then you're going to either need some string or ribbon or yarn. I've got some pink curling ribbon, and those are for the tails of the animals. You're going to need some magic markers. I've got a red, a couple of different blacks, and a brown. You'll also need a ruler, some tape, and you definitely will need a hole punch if you have one. So now we're going to get started. So I think I'm going to start by creating my pig bookmarker. I'm going to take some pink paper. I've got 8.5 by 11 cardstock here. I'm going to use the short side, and I've got my ruler, and we want these to be anywhere between 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide. And I think my ruler is about 1.5 inches, so I'm just going to line it up on the edge and then just draw a line right across. And then I want to fold it in half on that line. I'm going to go this way and fold it right in half on that line. And then you want to cut off the excess right along that line. There you go. And then you want to take your largest cap. I've got a cap from a pill bottle here, and I'm going to put it on the top and draw a circle right around the top of the bookmarker. And then I'm going to cut along that circle. There we go. So I've got a round top, and that's going to create the head. And it's the same process for all the animals. So basically, whatever color and whatever animal you choose to make, this is how you start. Just like that. Now next we need to create the face of the pig. And so I'm going to take a darker pink color. You could make it red, or you can make it whatever color you like, really. But I'm actually going to take my second cap, my medium cap, and I need to draw another circle. And then I'm going to cut that out, and that's going to be the nose of my pig. I actually already have one cut out here, so it's right there, and that's going to be my pig's nose. And so I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm just going to glue that right onto the pig's face. And it'll be just a little ways down from the top of his head. I want to kind of get it in the middle there. And that's going to be the pig's nose. And then we want to create a couple of eyes. And the easiest way to do that is to take a scrap of white paper and take your hole punch, and we want to punch out 2 little holes. And those are going to be for the pig's eyes. And then we're also going to paste those on to the pig's face. Sometimes it's easier to use regular Elmer's glue. The glue stick kind of sticks to your fingers, but I'm just going to use the glue stick. There, I've got my two pigs' eyes. Those are his eyeballs. But now I'm going to take my thin black magic marker, and I'm going to draw some eyes. And you can make them in the middle, or you can make them crossed. You can make them however you like. And then I need two nostrils for his nose also, just like that. And then I want to create two pigs' ears. So I'm going to take my pencil again in the same pink paper, and I'm going to draw two big pigs' ears. Just kind of like that. You need two of them. You can make them as big or as small as you want. And then you need to cut those out. I already have two cut out here. So here's my two pigs' ears. And those are going to get pasted on the inside of the paper, just like that. So we want to paste those down. And then I want to create an inside of the pig's ears. So I'm going to take my red magic marker and I'm going to open it up here. I'm going to draw an inside of the pig's ears. Uh-oh, my pig's ear fell off. I'm going to have to glue that back on. There we go. Now my pig has some ears. And then the next thing we want to do is to make a tail for the pig. So I've got some pink curly ribbon, and I'm just going to curl the end of it with the scissors, because pigs' tails are always kind of curly, just like that. And then I'm going to cut off a piece to make it a little bit shorter. And I'm just going to tape it on the inside at the bottom, just like that. And then I'm going to glue the whole thing down together, these two flaps. We're going to glue those together so that they are a little heavier, and then you can use those for the bookmark. So I'm just going to put some glue in here. And there's my pig. Now I'm going to make a couple of other animals. I'm going to put my pig aside, and next I'm going to make a cow. So I'm going to take some white cardstock, or you could, like I said, use construction paper. And once again, I'm going to take it the short way. I'm going to take my ruler and put it on the edge. Line it up. And then take my pencil and just draw a rule straight down. And once again, I'm going to fold it on that line. Doesn't have to be exact. And then again, I'm going to cut it along that line. And now I need to create a face. I'm going to grab a piece of beige, or you could use brown, you could use whatever color you like. And I'm going to use my smallest cap from the Windex bottle. And again, I'm going to draw a little circle around that. It's going to use that as a template. So I have a circle, and then I'm going to cut that out. And again, I already cut one out, so I'm going to use that. Oh, before I do that, I have to once again draw the top of my head. So I'm going to take my largest cap from a pill bottle and put that at the very top of the bookmark and draw around it. So I have a round head, and I'm just going to cut that out right around that. So there's his head. And then here's his nose. His nose is a little bit smaller than the pig's. Pigs have really big noses. So I'm going to glue that down. Kind of right in the middle there. Maybe about a half inch or so below the top of the head. And then once again, I need some eyeballs. So I'm going to take my white paper again and my hole punch and punch out 2 eyeballs. And I'm going to glue those down. They're going to be white, so they're not going to show up very much. Or instead of doing it that way, you could actually draw 2 eyeballs. I'm going to try doing that, just to show you something different. They'll probably show up a little bit better. Draw 2 eyeballs, just using my marker. And then I'm going to fill in the cow's eyes. He's looking sideways. Just like that. And then we need 2 nostrils on his nose. And then I need to create some ears for him. So I'm going to use black paper for his ears, or her ears. It's a cow, so I guess they're all hers, right? So I need to draw 2 big ears. I'm using my white just so you can see what I'm doing, but I think you could do it just as well with a regular pencil. And then you want to cut those out. And I've already cut 2 out, so I've got them here. And I'm going to put those on the inside. But before I do that, I'm going to get some white paper so you can see what I'm doing here. Here's the ears. I also cut out from the pink paper that I used for the pig, the inside of her ears. So I'm going to glue those down before I glue them onto her head. I'm just going to put some glue on the back of the pink. Just glue that down. Doesn't have to be perfect. And do the same thing to this one. And now I'm going to glue her ears to the inside of her head. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back. See how that looks. Looks pretty good. I need to do this one too. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then the cow needs a tail. So you can take some black yarn, or I happen to have some black ribbon. I just happen to have it. I'm going to cut off a little piece. And I'm going to tape that to the inside at the bottom. So she has a tail right in the middle. Put a piece of tape in there. Now she's got a tail. But you can use a piece of yarn or anything like that, even a piece of string. And then once again, we want to paste the 2 halves together so she's nice and sturdy. This will make a good bookmark. So just putting glue on the inside. I'm going to go right over the tail and just paste that together. So it's a nice sturdy bookmark. And then it doesn't really look like a cow because cows are usually black and white and they have some kind of spots. So I'm going to take my black marker and I'm going to draw some cow spots right along the edge. And they just usually look like big blotches, just like that. And then I'm going to fill those in. I'm going to go all the way down along the sides of the cow. And then fill in. It can look however you like. So here I have my cow spots all filled in. And now she looks like a cow. And if you want to decorate the back, you can do that as well. But that's up to you. So that's my cow bookmark. And next I think I'm going to make a dog. So I'm going to take some beige paper. And once again, I'm going to take my ruler and line it up at the end. You can make your dog whatever color you want. You can make any of these animals whatever color you like. But I'm just going to put my ruler on the edge and draw a line. And once again, I'm going to fold my paper on that line. I'm going to cut right along that line. So there, I've got my paper cut. And once again, I need to take my large cap and put it on the top so I can draw the top of the head using my pencil. Just draw around there and cut right around there. So I've got the top of my head again. And this time, we're going to do something a little bit different for the face. I have a scrap piece of dark brown paper here. I'm going to use that for the face. I'm going to take my smallest bottle cap, and I'm going to take my white and draw around that. You can use a regular pencil to do that too. But I'm going to draw 2 circles like that, and then cut those out. And once again, I've already done that. So here's my 2 circles. And I'm going to paste both of those circles onto the dog's face. Because dogs have those kind of puffy looking faces. Now again, about the same place where I put the nose on the other one. These are actually going to make his cheeks. I'm going to put these side by side right in the middle, just like that. You take your hole punch and punch 2 white holes again. I'm going to use the ones that I didn't use for the cow. So I'm going to use those for the dog. I'm just going to put some glue on the back and glue those down. They do stick to your fingers. There we go. If you can see that, I've got 2 eyeballs. Or if you prefer, you could also draw those the way we did for the cow. But now I'm going to take my black magic marker and give him 2 eyes inside the eyeballs. And then he needs a nose. So right above the 2 cheeks, I'm going to kind of draw a little, almost like a little triangle. That's going to be his nose. I'm going to fill that in, just like that. And then he needs some whiskers. So I need to draw a couple of lines to be whiskers, just on either side of his nose, just like that. And then I'm going to put a little line just below his cheeks. That's going to be his mouth. And that's our dog face. But he needs some ears. So I'm going to take that scrap of dark brown paper and I'm going to draw 2 ears. I'm going to draw floppy ears, but you can make any kind of ears you want. So I'm going to make something that looks like a big floppy ear. It's almost like a teardrop, just like this. And I'm going to cut those out, which again I've already done. So I'm going to paste the ears inside the dog's head. So now we have the dog. This dog doesn't have a tail yet. So I've got some string. Again, you can use some yarn or whatever you like. I'm going to just cut off a piece of string, and I'm going to tape it once again on the inside, right in the middle at the bottom. And then glue the whole thing together. So I'm going to put glue on the inside, go right over that string, just on the body. And I'm going to glue that together. So now we have a dog. But just like the cow, I like it when a dog has spots. Not all dogs have spots, but I think spotted dogs are kind of cute. So I'm going to give my dog spots, very similar to the way I gave the cow spots, but I'm going to use a brown marker this time. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to draw some spots all the way down my dog with my brown marker, and then I'm going to color those in. And there we go. There's my dog. Now I have one more to do. I need a cat to go along with my dog. So for that, I'm going to take some bright orange paper. And once again, I'm going to take my ruler, put it on the edge, draw my line, fold that in half, and cut it out along the edge. Here's my cat body, and once again I'm going to take my big cap and draw a head with my pencil, and I'm going to cut out around that so to create his head. There we go. I don't know if your cat is a he or a she. I have a she cat in my house. The cat needs some ears. So I'm going to take a scrap of that same colored paper, the bright yellow, and I need to draw 2 triangles for the cat's ears, just like that. Oh, 1, 2. And I've already cut 2 out, so I've got those right here. And I'm going to paste light pink triangles that I already cut out inside these yellow ones before I put them on the cat's head, just like that. So once again, I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to paste those triangles right on top. Do the same thing to the other one. Next, we need to make a face for our cat. I'm going to take a darker piece of orange. I'm going to do something very similar as we did for the dog. I'm going to make 2 cheeks, but instead of drawing 2 circles, I'm going to punch them out with the hole punch. These are actually a darker orange. And I'm going to glue those on to the cat's face in about the same place. Cats have smaller faces than dogs, so the cheeks are smaller. So those are the two cats' cheeks. And then I need two eyeballs, so I'm going to punch those out of the white paper with the hole punch. And I'm going to glue those on. These are hard to pick up. There, I've got the eyeballs and the cheeks. And then we've got to draw the center of the eyes again. And a nose, a little triangle, just like we did for the dog. And cats have even bigger whiskers, so we want to draw two big whiskers. You can maybe do three if you want. There we have a cat face now. And then we need to give him a tail, or her, whatever your cat is. I'm going to cut a piece of the same string as I used for the dog. But again, you can use any color you like, and you can use yarn or ribbon or whatever you prefer. And once again, I'm going to tape it at the bottom, inside, and then glue the two halves together. So it's nice and sturdy. And then the last thing I'm going to do is, my cat has tiger stripes. It's a tabby. So I'm going to put some stripes on this cat using my brown marker. Starting from the edge, I'm going to go in and just put some lines that kind of look like stripes, all the way down on both sides of the cat. So there's my tabby's tiger stripes, and my cat is all ready to use.